That was the day I became afraid of a gift I had been receiving every year for the past 15 years. It always arrived on the same date. No signature. No return address. Inside was a small music box. Exactly the same every single time. Even the melody never changed. The first one arrived when I turned 12. My parents thought it was some strange mistake. By the second year they were worried. After that they simply got used to it. Over time the music boxes became part of my life. I stacked them in storage boxes and stopped asking questions. After my parents passed away, I moved to another state. I changed my last name after getting married. Then I changed it again after my divorce. I moved from apartment to apartment, changed jobs, changed my phone number. Yet every spring, a small package was already waiting at my door. One day, even the mailman smiled and joked that I must have a very loyal admirer. I didn't find it funny. When the 16th package arrived, I decided to open it right there at my front door, hoping to finally find some kind of clue. But inside was the very same music box again. As I was about to close the lid, I noticed something that had never been there before. Tiny scratch. It looked like a single letter. M. I rushed to every music box I had kept over the years. The first had the letter M. The second had A. Then D. Then I. Each box held only one letter. I placed them in order. The message read, Madison, don't move in July. I froze. There was less than a month until July. And just 1 week later, I was supposed to sign the papers to buy a new house. I hadn't told anyone, not even my closest friend. I convinced myself it had to be someone's bizarre prank, so I signed the contract anyway. 3 days later, my real estate agent called. The seller had suddenly backed out. The house was taken off the market just hours before closing. I was frustrated, but I quickly found another place. A few weeks later, I came across a news report. A massive fire had destroyed several homes in the neighborhood where that first house was located. One of them was the exact house I had almost bought. I stared at the screen for a long time, unable to understand why chills were running down my spine. The following spring, I found myself waiting for the package. It arrived exactly on schedule. Inside was another music box. This time I immediately checked the letter. Then I gathered all the others. The new message was short. Trust only Emma. Emma was my new neighbor. We had barely met. A few months later, she became the only person who stood by me after the company I worked for suddenly shut down. She offered me a job in her family's business, giving me the chance to start over. After that, I stopped trying to discover who the sender was. Every year, I simply opened the next box. Sometimes there was only one word. Sometimes a short sentence. None of the messages made my life perfect, but every single one arrived exactly when I needed it most. This year, another package was waiting outside my door. I opened the lid and found a new letter. Only this time the message was different. It wasn't meant for me. Contained just a few words. Prepare another music box. The next person's turn is coming soon.